All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Old Gray Bricks Thursday Night Live. We're so excited that you are here and glad that you have joined us. We are headed into the holiday season as next week is Thanksgiving in America.
America.
Well, we only have a singular Canadian today. What is going on with that?
We're all shoveling snow, man, like real men.
I don't think it's snow, but
I shoveled earlier.
But let's go ahead and let's greet whoever folks in the chat. We already got a good crowd. Seaver is here. Good to have you there, my friend. Will Hafner in the chat. Brad K in the chat. Nathan Proudlove is in the chat. You do have an invitation. You can join us if you like. Jay is here. Arrow Brick Studios, welcome. Glad you guys are here. Thank you for joining us. We have Brick Studios. He semi-learned the TikTok dance by Matt Mellish there. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry, but anyway.
Good for you, buddy.
All right, so I'm excited to have my friends here today. We're going to be talking about a few things today, and Bram is here. How you doing, Bram? So we are excited that you're here with us, joining us for our goofiness and our chats. And we'll go around the room here and see what's up in everybody's Lego world. I'm going to start here with Rich. Rich, man, what's going on, buddy?
I'm working hard, trying to get this place ready to sell. Maybe mid-December, maybe beginning of January, but we're moving forward. Got the downstairs bathroom totally gutted and started to clean and put back together again. We've got an awesome guy that helps us. Awesome. That's all I could say.
All right.
Kitchen's almost in except for the countertop. So
the thing I want to see is the small bucket that you're collecting all the parts that are still stuck inside your carpet.
Well, okay. I'll have to come back to that. I'll go get it.
Awesome.
It's not very full.
All right. Well, it'll probably
pretty diligent about collecting everything up.
When we moved from up there to down here, the person that bought our house is a friend of ours also. I got like a half a cup. It's like, here, these were in the corners and everything. I'm like, oh, thanks. I'm like, I've been looking for that one. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. All right. Good to have you here. Magnus, what is going on in your world, buddy?
I'm doing my best 2020. You know, I haven't built a lot of Lego since last time. I've been adding a few details to my castle, but not really enough to be very noticeable. Like I put a new floor in. Let's see.
Show us.
Let me turn on a light here. Maybe that'll help.
Need some professional lighting.
Yeah, I need a better light than that. It's not even helping at all. All right. Anyway, there's a floor here. If I take out these, so there's a floor here that will look better when I take proper pictures. But just things like adding floors in a castle where the walls themselves are not studs up makes is in and of itself just a little bit of its own little challenge. So that felt good to do.
Hang on, I'm looking at something here. All right, so let's see. Save that. All right, there you go. Good deal. Oh, and then you get your background back. You were blank background for a little while, so we're glad you're back in the regular background there. Speaking of background, Brian, what's going on, man?
Yo, this week I got these guys from Bricksmith. So
Woo!
And a couple feathers, so I'm one step closer. Appreciate you. One step closer to having all the Forestman minifigures, and I'm still working on piecing together the last two parts and the big river fortress. But once I have that, I will have all the Forestman sets. But the big thing that came in this.
Wait, can I get a set number on the one you're looking for?
Which one?
You said the big one. What's the big one? Give me the set number.
6077.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me make a phone call. All right.
Now?
No. Yeah, now. But
what?
Nosy guy.
Anyways, back to what I got this week.
Oh, yeah.
This is a hugely nostalgic castle for me because my brother actually had it growing up, and he basically sold me like all his Legos for really cheap when he like moved out. And so I put this back together and I gave it to him because I wanted him to have it because it meant more to him. And then it went up to like $280 or something crazy, like immediately after that. And I was like, well, now I'll never get one. But I found this one for a really good deal last week, so I knew it was like my last chance to get it for a good deal. So I had to get it. So
look at all the shields on that thing. It's awesome.
I know, I love it. And favorite part. Little ghost guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so cool, right?
Yeah, so now I have all the pre-2000 raised base plate castles, which everybody knows I love raised base plates. So
who does
very
it?
excited.
Yeah.
That one also has those black wedge panel things that with the window in them.
Are you talking about
The one by the door.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think they only made those in black, and they only came in maybe one or maybe two sets.
Yeah, the larger ones. They are really good.
Yeah.
It also has a bunch of the smaller corner ones too. Just
Yeah,
a
but
great
they're less rare.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, nice printed wall panels up here, and then some unprinted ones on the side. It's just great. Got a
I
ton
love
of
too
stuff.
how they brick built the gargoyles at the top of the towers. That's awesome.
Yeah. I love these little spires and the blue roofs. Looks great.
Yeah. Very cool.
Knights Kingdom. I grew up with Knights Kingdom 1 and 2, and I'm not a big fan of them anymore, surprisingly. But yeah.
Is that the one? Is that the ones where you got the big buildable knight in the can, like the soda can?
Yeah.
Thing?
That was Knights Kingdom 2. That was like all the
Yeah.
colorful named knights.
We
And they
call
have
them,
two series of the knights, of the big buildable knights. They have two different series.
Yep.
we call them Skittle
I know, I
knights.
have most of them.
Yeah.
Knights.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Skittle knights.
Skittle colored knights. Yeah. Oh man. You know how we feel about certain space themes that we didn't like. So, but anyway, all right, man, that's good. And you got your Christmas tree up. All right, who's going to admit in here that you have your Christmas tree up? I'll go ahead. Mine is up. Ours is up.
We've got 3 up, brother. 3 of them.
We put ours at the side of the road, and it got picked up for free.
It's funny because I'm usually like the most staunch no Christmas before Thanksgiving. My wife is the opposite, but this year broke me. I was like, it's been 12 years already of quarantine. Let's just put it up. Like, who cares anymore?
Yeah,
Nothing
let's have
matters.
joy.
Yeah,
I suspect that we would have a tree up too if we were moving.
This is
So,
this
I
is
feel
why
your
they
pain,
start
Brian.
playing carols the day after Halloween. Is you people?
Yep.
Oh,
I am one of those
you.
people now.
I gave in this year. I mean, I've been giving in more and more, and I said, look, we throw the pumpkin out, you can put the tree up. So November 1, man, it was up.
It's all
So,
fair. Thanksgiving's done, so you just get on with it.
no, your Thanksgiving's done, bro. So
We'll just start celebrating it in what is it,
About that
July?
fake Thanksgiving that you have in Canada.
It's called the
bad.
real Thanksgiving.
The universe is
Real giving.
imploding. Everything's converging. Just
Can
deal
someone
with it.
explain Boxing Day to me?
Yes, I can. I'd love to. Thanks
That's where you
for
get all
I
the
can
boxes
explain
and
it.
Christmas stuff out.
I can explain it too, but Julian, you go take a
Okay,
shot.
well, maybe mine's not as good. You have a little more.
Oh, I lived in England for 2 years. I know
you
exactly
first,
what
'cause
Boxing Day is.
I'm just a know-it-all. Go ahead.
I lived in England for 2 years. Okay,
You
so
do it.
Boxing Day is the day that the servants, the paid servants of the wards and masters of the houses, got to actually celebrate Christmas because they were serving the wards and masters and their children in their houses for Christmas. You know, because as you do, because you need people to help serve the turkey and take away the wrapping paper and, you know, not burn down the house and that kind of stuff.
And
Yeah.
also,
So it's like Downton Abbey Christmas.
The more you
where
know.
servants get to
and
cook
also
Christmas.
during the war, the day after Christmas, you boxed up all of your stuff to either bring to help out the different shelters. You also boxed up, your leftover anything that you use for war surplus, all that kind of stuff. So during the war, it had another meaning too. And here, here in the colonies, you boxed up stuff to actually send overseas to Soul Soldiers.
Wow.
So yeah,
Very educational. Thank you.
Whoa, we're like PBS all of a sudden, you know.
that's right.
I had no idea.
The more you know.
Weird.
I
don't
say
have that rainbow, but I do have the I do have this rainbow. So
About the same.
that's right. All
I
right.
am
Speaking
glad
of, let's go to the Great White North and let's talk to our friend Gil here, man. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Yeah, so new for this week. I've upgraded my camera from vintage 1998 to vintage 2006. So it's good. We're getting closer.
Yeah,
Not much.
I did.
Not much Lego wise has gone on. I guess one thing I did do is a couple weeks back, they're having a big sale at Toys R Us. You know, here we have Toys R Us. You know, so I was in Toys R Us.
Just rub it in, my
What is the Toys R Us?
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
true. If you want to use the short form vernacular. Anyway, yeah. So they had this little thing that was on sale. You know, the Fortnite, whatever. Is it Fortnite? Overwatch.
Overwatch.
So it's all the same, you kids and your non-Atari crap. So anyway, so yeah, I picked up this, and I guess, you know, again, everyone's got this like a year and a half ago, but it's actually kind of fun. And after all my griping last week about, you know, all the stuff's now so bad, no value, no this, so I can put this together. I'm like, that's kind of neat. So I guess that was a bit of a pullback on what I was saying before. But other than that, that's about it.
Cool. You know, I wanted to get. I meant to go back and get some of those. You know, on clearance. I never did, and I really wanted to get the big rocket and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
I even saw it on half off one time, and I just was kind of like, okay, I'm not. So, but it looks like cool stuff. I regret that for right now. So
awesome.
Yeah, I know it is. But all right, Matthew, what is up in your Lego world, man?
It's like you don't even like space now or something.
Ooh, someone's getting kicked.
That's fighting words.
So it's finals week, which means
okay.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of poo in my house. I have to grade paper, so there has not been very much Legoing. Yes, it's a sad week, but as soon as it's over, you know, according to popular myth, teachers don't have to do anything in between semesters. So apparently I'll have unlimited amount of Lego time in about a week. So that'll be according.
Yeah, that's a ticket. Sure, that'll work.
But somebody showed a classic space item on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. I've never seen that before. And someone offered to sell me theirs, and so here it is.
You are killing these guys.
Now it's missing the minifig, but otherwise it's in pretty good shape. And some of you know the person, because I didn't know them, but in particular, Magnus probably knows him because he does G.I. Joe Lego, Mike Bader.
Yeah, I know that name too.
And I mentioned that we do this, and he said, oh, he knew Chris Giddens. So apparently I think he's in D.C. area and shows at the...
No, he's from New York.
New York? Okay.
I know Mike Bader very well. I beat him out in 2011 for NASA-themed Brick Fair.
He's probably still bitter about that.
He probably is, because he had a huge, beautiful minifig scale. Oh my gosh!
Wife?
Space shuttle, and I had a micro scale ISS-2. You know, like updated to the 21st century plus 30 years. Nice rotating habitat and stuff like that. It was beautiful. I thought I had, you know, put it together in less than a week, and it was. I thought it was kind of subpar. I'll put it that way. And when I brought it in and showed it to him, he says, "Oh my God, you're gonna win." I was like, "No, you're not. No, I'm not. You're gonna win. Look at that beautiful shuttle, minifig scale. How could you lose?" And then I set it all up, and I turned it on, and the habitat ring started to spin. And he went, "Oh, I'm gonna lose."
Well,
I was like, no, really, you're gonna win. I swear, you're gonna win. Unfortunately, I took the trophy home.
We ended up having this extended messenger conversation in which he agreed to sell me his bag because he never used it. And so I purchased the bag and it showed up and it was awesome. He shipped it that very day. And then we ended up trading some photos, and the man is like a polymath because he does buildings, G.I. Joe, space, all kinds of stuff. And I was really impressed. Just with the sheer range that he has as a builder. So I don't know, maybe we should invite him on sometime. He seemed like a nice guy in the chat. But
you should definitely invite Mike Bader on if he wants to come.
Yeah,
sure, I need to look him up. That'd be cool.
Like I saw the bag in the chat, and then somebody put the link to Bricklink, and the only one listed on Bricklink was selling for $100, and I was like, oh, that's a bit much. He messaged me and said, "I'll sell you mine for a lot less than that." So I was like, "Awesome,
nice."
So,
cool.
Is that
he's an awesome guy. That's all I can say.
Okay.
So are you gonna use the bag, or is it gonna just sort of hang in a place of honor or something?
I have some ideas. You'll have to wait and see.
Oh,
you know that scene in 2001 with the monkeys? Maybe that'll be the new monolith.
Is the bag from the 80s or is it a more recent release?
I don't remember. Someone else probably.
I've never seen it before, so
I think it's about 5 or 6 years old. I think it came out not too long ago, but
okay.
Yeah.
It looks cool. I like
Just
that.
5 or 6 years ago, really?
I think it's a little older than that because if it had came out 5 or 6 years ago, I'd have a stack of them.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think that's true.
In fact, you just eBayed 6 of them while we were talking, I'm pretty sure. So.
He just bought the rest on Bricklink and eBay just now.
There were only 2 listed on Bricklink, and one was over $100, and the second one was like $400.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the problem with gear is that nobody really collects it or sells it. So it's just kind of, it's released and then it's gone. Nobody has it.
It was kind of, I talk about sticker shock. I was like, oh, that would be kind of cool to have. Oh, no, I don't.
Yeah, that spaceman. I like things like there's like a Rock Raiders mug that I really want to get, but I've never seen it anywhere ever. And I'm like, that's never going to show up.
you know, the Bricklink price on this is astronomical. I got this off of some lady's site like a used clothing site. I just happened to did the right Google search and found it and got it for $30. So
sure, Chris. Sure.
right.
So Chris, tell me, like, when did Lego sell that, or was that like a giveaway, gift with purchase, or something?
I don't know if there's a date on the bottom. Oh yeah, there is. 2013, right there.
Yeah, see, it just goes away in no time. Brom said the bag is from 2009.
Okay. 2009.
So maybe I did see that. If it was in the magazines, I definitely saw it. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing it, and it's like it's not big enough to put like my computer in. I think I remember that. It's like it's not really big. So.
All right, kills of Chris getting the flashlight.
I don't know. It's nearly as wide as my laptop, and I'm using a work laptop for the show, and it's kind of big and clunky. If you had a smaller laptop, it would fit.
No, don't tell me that. I'm justifying the fact that I didn't get it. You know, I'm not sad. You know,
he's trying to tell himself, "Don't spend $100 after this."
I don't want to know. I don't need to know.
I'm going to buy the other one so that you have to buy the $400 ones off Bricklink.
It's this big. All right. Anyway, so
everybody's just up the price on it.
Huh?
Mr. Brick Smith, what is up in your world, man?
Hey, how y'all doing? Good to see you. Welcome to All Gray Bricks with me, Smith. So as you see back here, this pile right here, I just picked that up for a friend. I did. When I say I picked it up, he gave me the money and I got it for him. It's looking like, I mean, we're gonna have fun.
Wow, that is a wrinkle. Whoa, put that instruction back up there.
You mean this one right here? Yeah, there's 2 of these in there, and you look at the bulk; it's in there. I I just got to figure out how I'm going to pull it all out. You know.
Oh man,
Those
Look
have
at
no
all the
wrinkles.
gold.
Those are pristine.
Yes, they have never. The kids like used it and then they put them away.
Ugh.
You showed one of the pirates
You
ones
guys remember
too, right?
this?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's 89, man.
Hey man, there's
That's
4
beautiful.
of those. I don't know.
Those are
That's
in great
great.
condition.
I know. And they all belong
My
to
wife
Big
will be
Jam.
happy if I shipped every extra copy I have to every one of you.
Take them all.
In other words, Rich just said, "Oh yeah, I've got 27 of those. Just no big deal."
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
no big deal.
I'll take those.
But they're beautiful.
But yeah, this is now my new project, except for this Wednesday night build that I'm doing. Every Wednesday night, me and my friends, other friends, you guys are my friends too, but are building this, then we're going to build this, and at some point we're going to build this. If you guys would like to build along with us, let us know. We got plenty of room.
Welcome to the show, Alyssa. That's awesome, man. Don't be doing the Matt dance, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Matt's a friend of mine, one of the biggest TikTokers, Lego TikTokers in the world.
Yeah. TikTok I buy to get the ticks off my dog. But anyway, I buy that to that. All right.
Yeah, hey!
Let's
You're
go
muted.
to Miss
You're muted.
Meredith and Miss Teal Wheels. How are y'all today?
I'm turning pages for now. We're still working on Diagon Alley. I was going to build this, but she told me I have to help her with Diagon Alley.
No,
And we kind of finished my my Chinese New Year celebration with fireworks.
Nice.
Winner!
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's about it. I'm trying to build the Nebulon, and she's trying to finish Diagon Alley. And that's it.
Sweet. That's awesome. All right. So all of us at Dixie Lug, we are definitely shooting for second place in the contest for the holiday contest right now.
Hang on, Brian, check your
Yes, Papa.
yeah, check your Facebook Messenger. Me and Grandma sent you a message.
I'm concerned.
No, I got something for you. We need to
If
talk.
y'all need a room, just y'all can log out.
Should we slide out of the?
No, my phone
Look in the dryer for your gift.
My phone caller to my ABS dealer it turned out fruitful.
Your ABS dealer.
Hey, I wanted to say for Meredith, on one of the Lego forums, somebody was posting about friends related builds, and she shared her picture of the ship, and you could hear the jaws dropping over the internet as people like that. So
I'll get it.
you need to feature that in its own post so it can get the love that it deserves.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
Muted.
I figured we'd inspire somebody else to do a big Friends mock, not just, there's not a lot of big Friends mocks out there.
There you go.
Oh,
That's right.
it's awesome though.
Yeah, that's cool. Sorry, Mom, you're not building that.
I'm
All
not,
right.
I put things on it, and she's like, stop.
Awesome. All right, let's go over to Mr. Sandlin. Mr. Sandlin, what is up in your world, man?
Well, I am here with Small Paul.
What's up?
He got the Ninjago Lloyd's arcade box that comes with Gamer Lloyd and whatever this version of Lloyd is with his mohawk and his baseball bat. I don't know what's going on. I don't know much about Ninjago personally, but I got on the YouTube and looked up Chubby Bot's instructions for how to build the arcade bot, and I made this guy.
That's awesome.
So, some of this is my own. The arms and legs differ from Chubby Bot's a lot based on the parts I had available because I don't have a whole lot of green, so I had to just customize a bunch of different stuff. But this is what I came up with. The face is all Chubby Bot's right there, but the arms and legs did my own thing. So anyway, he's fun. He's Mr. Fighting Arcade Bot. So yeah, he's fun. It was really fun to make this. So he's like a cool little kind of funky.
Those horns make him look a little like the classic space invader monster.
And then I was kind of working on the space rover over here, and I kind of had like some. I'm
not even looking at that. That's just
You're not looking at
It's a pumpkin.
What are you looking at, Chris? Is there something wrong with the rope?
That's Florida A&M colors.
Oh, that's worse. That is so gross.
Is that pumpkin
the orange guy in on the action? We had to get the orange guy in there.
I love that so much.
Yeah, that's all we got going on here. It was just
yeah, Brian, that's important.
That was fun.
You know, we're talking about what we're thankful for later in the thing. There's two people in this room that I just got off the list. All right. Let's see. I think we've hit everybody in the room. Is that right? Yeah. So let's go to Dana. What's going on, man?
Well, let's see. So not a whole lot this week. It was anniversary week for me and the missus. It's been 24 years, so, which was cool.
Wow.
I didn't get her anything opal. So before anybody asks, no, I did not. Evidently, I within like 5 minutes, Meredith and some guy at work had reminded me that it was opal anniversary, and I'm like, wow. Well, I didn't need to know that, but now I know. So.
Every year has a theme. I think like year 11 is paper, actually. It's
yeah, there's all sorts of weird things. A lot of it's old English.
Which one's tacos?
Made sense for like living on like the frontier and weird places like that. So yeah, not really.
It's Lego year.
Tacos.
We need to come up with a Lego anniversary calendar thing for what you do and gift for people's Lego anniversary or something like that. But so I've been working. Well, I've been doing conference calls for work this week, and I'm unfortunately not really building, but I've been sorting again. So this week or like this evening, this bag started full. It is all just collectible minifigure torsos. So I'm doing them by color, and then once I get them by color, then I can go through and match them all together, and then they start going in the bags by series and then by particular minifigures. So daunting task. A little more work than I thought it was going to be, but it's been entertaining so far.
You know how to party.
I do. I know. I'm yeah. As a matter of fact, as of 4:00 this afternoon, I'm on vacation until after Thanksgiving. So the Friday after Black Friday, or the Monday after Black Friday, I'll go back to work finally. So
all the way to next October?
Wow. Yeah, all the way till next October, easily. Of course, I'm only going to work for 2 weeks in December, and then I'll be off for the rest of the year then too. So I just crammed all my vacation into the end of the year because why else was I going to take it? Where else was I going to go? So here we are. Yeah. Although I think on Saturday I'm going to meet up with Matthew and Shannon from the Lug. We're going to do our Black Friday early for VIP weekend because I think it's double points this weekend, and you get both 2 different GWPs if you spend $150 or up to $200. So if you're going to do that, this is the weekend to do it without having to get up on Friday morning next week when it's cold and dark.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically that's it. Not very much in my Lego world. So I think we can go probably to I guess I can share and we can do the old gray brick of the week. I guess that would probably be the wait. Doesn't do me any critical. I'm not sharing it though, right? Wait. No. Wait. Now we can do it. Wait. There we go.
The best part is everybody's feedback a little bit, so it makes even more weeks coming through.
All righty then. Old gray brick set of the week.
Mine.
Oh, 23 particle organizer.
Wait, what?
What?
What? Wait, what?
Because I can do that too. Look on the side, you can see we both got instructions up.
What?
All right, talking about this set. Theme was M-Tron, 1990.
What do they use prices on those? No,
Brian, were you born yet?
1990, definitely not.
Definitely not. So 1990.
I was born in 2006.
203 pieces. It gives you one minifigure and one awesome robot in this set. Retail price was a whopping $24.
I'd buy it for $1.
That's a lot of money. By today's money, that would be considered a mid-range set, but by those standards, that was a little higher than a mid-range set, or was it? I would think a mid-range was a little further down, but it's hard to say. Used price, you can get one of these for about $60 on Bricklink.
You guys talk to me a little less. I got a guy.
He's got a guy. If you can find one mint in box, $500 set you back. So, unfortunately, I think there's only been one available in the last 6 months that sold on Bricklink and around that price. Real short, quick. Why is it cool? Another badass color scheme. I know that I said that about the Space Police, but I think all of these had some great color schemes. Bang for your buck. This was on my set list last week as far as the best value for your dollar as far as the set goes. And which kind of comes in with the cool play features on this bad guy. There's been a lot of talk on my message boards or on my Facebook groups as far as this being one of those classic iconic sets that even though the Megacore Magnetizer was the big holy grail set for Mtron, this one edges it out on a lot of people's list because it was such a great little set. And then I did this little video I got to share with you guys.
I love that.
Space helicopter for the win.
Turned out really well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of atmosphere on the moon, though.
Well, you know what? You don't have to go to a moon that doesn't have atmosphere.
Aren't that big either, are they?
You can go to a moon that has, atmosphere. You're not restricted to only, crater oxygenless planets. There could be other places.
I can't use my new moon-based plates with those.
No, you can't. You can't.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say that those antennae are not lifting surfaces. I mean, I don't know a lot about planes, but I'm pretty sure.
You got to remember, Greg, that this is science fiction, man. This is fantasy.
No, but that's what I mean. I'm backing you up. There's no air, so you don't need the lifting. They do something else.
It's something else. Maybe it's erecting some sort of
space sonar,
or
they're ionizing particles so that they can collect.
It could be.
That too.
Could be. Or a force barrier.
Particle ionizer. Sounds like
That's
it's
true.
doing a thing.
Yeah, the most important part is that they spelled ionizer, or you spelled it the correct way.
That's a good question. I'm not sure whether I spelled it the right way or if it was just somebody else and I copied and pasted. So
I have an observation about this. I'm going to put on my G.I. Joe fan hat.
Okay.
This reminds me, and it never occurred to me until this moment, this reminds me of a G.I. Joe vehicle called the Sky Storm, which was a sort of helicopter airplane hybrid that came out in 1988.
Yep.
It was called.
So maybe there was a GI Joe fan in the Mtron design squad who decided.
Maybe look up the GI Joe Sky Storm. It is a helicopter airplane-like thing, and it's got wings that actually that are in very similar positions to this one. Who knows if it's just a fun thing to think about?
It's entirely possible. It is entirely possible.
Sweet.
So, Chris, flip me to my other screen, and I got something else to share along with this.
All right, more bragging. Go ahead.
No. This is the legitimate reason to have two of these up here. So let me take this guy.
I got two.
Let me take this guy.
A legitimate reason, as opposed to an illegitimate reason. There's plenty of illegitimate reasons.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a criminal reason.
So I want to show that the cool features on this set, just in general. So you of course you got your canopy here, and you got your propeller blades. The wings flip up. Let me pop down here. The wings flip up, and that's where the little droid sits in. So cool play feature to put your droid there. You don't have to hack them up like we had to do with the others.
Always the trunk.
Always the trunk. Well, speaking of the trunk, this one's got actually a little bar that flips up and slides down so that you can drop your cargo there and pop it back into place.
So there is junk in the trunk.
There is junk in the trunk.
Drop your cargo in your own backyard, mate.
You got your little box here that you can flip open, which is typically. Oh, this one's actually got a little trans yellow or trans neon green rocket end, which is kind of cool. It's probably radioactive, which is why it's in the box. But the real reason I wanted to bring out these two to show specifically is that on the instructions that I have are for this particular rotor piece, which actually has this other old, nice classic space piece here that helps to. It's just got a very little bit of give here.
Oh, that's.
And then there is an alternate version of this, and it's just that piece up there. And they changed it to where instead of instead of having just that little what you typically would use for the back of a back of a seat, now they added clips to it, and the blade can actually flip up further. And there are alternate instructions depending on when you bought it as to whether you have the more stable solid version or you have which actually kind of pops off depending on because it's sitting on a hinge brick versus having it where you got two clips that can actually flip it up further. A little unknown fact that there is different versions of the ionizer out there depending on which.
Now I'm going to have to check my instructions to see what I've got.
Because I had to double check because I was like, wait a minute, which version do I have? And then I'm like, oh, I've got one of each, but I only have the instructions for one for the one. So I got to see if I can track down the instructions for the other.
Yeah, Brom, it brings up an interesting question. That there's a Technic pin stuck into the bottom of a brick, basically the Travis brick, the 5-stud brick. That's probably an illegal technique nowadays. So
yeah, exactly. No, it is. It's exactly what it is that you've. No, yeah, exactly. It's a on the one version, it's a Technic brick with the pin already in it, as opposed to adding the pin. And on the other version, it's the 2x2 plate with a Technic pin on it.
But still, the pin in the bottom of a regular system brick, that is an oddball move right there. So
yeah, so it's again interesting build technique for this time of era, and yeah, using the Travis brick with the just slid on there. But it does great though.
Yeah,
it works right.
I will say that panel with the black and red print on it, the gray, is one of the coolest Lego pieces ever made.
Yeah,
just straight up.
Yeah, that old gray, definitely a classic old gray brick printed piece.
Yes, that's one of my favorites as far as a printed piece goes.
Although I mean, even all of these, all of the old gray printed bricks in this series, like with the cargo doors. Also, I mean, just the M-Tron printed tiles in general are fantastic. You don't need to go back to close up. For me, and I've talked to a couple people on this. As much as I love classic space, and it is, it's my near and dear. It's where it came from. For me, M-Tron is my go-to. It's my jam. It's the series that sings out to me. I just love the color scheme, the playability of all the sets. Everything's just fantastic. The only thing I wish they had done, which I think that Blacktron 2 and Unitron did better, was having all those modularity that were able to connect to each other. Yeah. For me, those series blow me away for just those features alone. That's fantastic.
Agreed.
The one thing too, I know they did the MagnaCore or the MegaCore Magnetizer.
Yeah.
I know they did that as like the big set, but I always wish they did a mothership in M-Tron. Like I always want something that flew, something huge, right? Like the Galactic Mediator or whatever, right? But something in that scheme of that size would have been awesome.
Something big.
Yeah.
Like a big dropshippy thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but of all the classic space themes that we like, M-Tron is the one that you will for sure not see again because those little magnets are evil and whatever. Now the magnets the size of a $50 coin or whatever.
And these monster things that they just decided to come out with.
Right, and they look really clunky. It's awful.
What? I've never seen those before.
Let me zoom in on there.
Yeah. So was it earlier this year or late last year? Some of the city sets.
Yep.
Started coming out with these two different pieces.
Why wouldn't they make the smaller ones though?
Probably because you can't swallow these.
Well, you could if you really tried hard. But
I'm gonna try now.
Prove it, Dana.
I dare you, Dana. Try it.
$3.
You know, I was in Mexico once and somebody dared me to eat a jalapeno pepper, and I made that mistake then. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, so I actually, Jake and we have a little, I don't know where the sets are. We made some M-Tron 2 sets, basically with the M-Tron guys, but they don't really have any nice vehicles. They've like a scooter bike and a bicycle because they don't have magnets anymore. So they have nothing to do but ride their little bikes and stuff like that. So
wouldn't one need gravity for bicycle?
if you got the centripetal thing, I don't know. Anyway.
It's science fiction.
They're going to be in the town because they can't make it into space anymore. They have no business now that magnets are illegal. So, you know, they're broke. Those came out in the City Wave this year. Which
it was this year. I couldn't remember if it was at the end of last year or beginning of this year.
Yeah, and Lego's kind of pooped out a whole bunch of trying to do some play value / whatever, the parachutes and those dinky helicopter things and those big clunky magnets, and they're all just loser. I mean, I haven't seen any kid excited about those when it comes to.
Are you excited about big magnets?
They're going to be great on clearance sales here real soon.
No excitement.
So if there's no little magnets, then how do the trains hook up?
Because they're all contained inside the couplers.
Oh,
you can't get the magnet disconnected from the coupler.
Oh, I gotcha.
You can't swallow it.
Right.
Again,
I accept that challenge.
I'll show you.
Easily.
They're nearly impossible to swallow. I'll say that.
Because I guess because it's easier to swallow a magnet than it is to swallow something smaller than a 2x2 brick, because maybe those will slide through your intestines easier.
Well, yeah, the idea is that if you eat one, you're probably going to eat more than one, and then they get connected together, and you're peritonitis.
If you eat one, you just do like those games they had at the dentist where you get the other magnet, put it on the outside.
Operation. Lego operation.
Yeah.
What if you eat a few bricks? Wouldn't they stick together in your stomach potentially? I mean, come on.
You have
to shake you a lot
to put them together.
Right. Now, if I
just eat a couple ball bearings, shoot the whole.
Listen, I'll go eat some bricks and test. I'll see what happens.
Please let us know what happens.
Well, I think that they already did a study that it takes 2.5 days for a Lego minifigure head to come through your system.
If Brian does all experiments,
42 minutes in and we're deep in the toilet.
So I found my bag of stuff.
Uh-oh.
And of course, it's a Lego bag.
Of course.
It's stuff that I found around the house after, destroying it. So what's in the bag?
Is that like all your stone bricks? Okay.
In the bag. There we are. There's some Snap. There's a couple of Duplo shooters from one of the grandkids. I think there's an advent calendar fireplace.
Is there a rover in there?
Is there a what?
Rover?
No, there's a couple of dishes and a fender piece. A couple of minifigs.
Nice.
No fail rover?
There's a bunny. And an apple.
Live?
Yeah. Live. Hold on. Watch me pull this rabbit out of my hat.
Nice. That's awesome. Now, when I found pieces I didn't find, they were like 1x1 rounds. Rich has Duplo shooters. So
yeah. I had grandkids here.
Look, I found a piece. It's as big as his head. So that's awesome. All right. So as we get going today, we're going to be talking about what we're thankful for. What was that? Was that a creepy baby head? What was that?
That's the Duplo shooter. I'm thankful for this Duplo shooter head.
All right. First off, we want to go ahead and just talk a little bit about some rumors that we've heard about LEGOMasters 2. And we have heard that we won't spoil that part, that there's somebody in our lug and his grown son that are interviewing and have gotten more than one interview, I believe.
Me and Alex. Sorry.
Yes, it was you and Alex. I actually will go ahead and say that I texted the guy yesterday that had texted me a couple times that I can't do it. There's just no way I can take the time off. And I'm not. I don't want to see my fat rear end running across the screen, getting bent over Lego anyway. So neither does
There are
anybody
plenty of
else.
us who would pay to see that. There are plenty of us who would pay to see that.
There's a couple ladies in my blog group and into
Well,
a couple
right
of
now I
as
can
well.
do it.
Sounds like ratings gold to me.
But one of the things that we've heard through the grapevine and everything, and I'm pretty sure that actually is going to film in Atlanta. So it's going to be here. So that means those that we'll have to search out where they are and figure out where they're filming. And it's going to be filmed between February and March here in Atlanta and everything. What is that?
Well, they have,
I have no idea. It was in
Looks
the
like a
bed.
Y-wing.
It looks
Wow,
like
it
a
does
little
look like a Y-wing. It's a micro Y-wing.
It's probably from a game or something like
Starbird.
that. All right, Meredith, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, well, I think Pinewood Studios. I mean, I know they have all that studio space down in Pinewood, and then where they filmed Avengers.
That's cool. That would be cool.
Tyler Perry studio.
Do what?
In the Tyler Perry studio.
Yeah, I was going to say Tyler Perry's
That's what I
got
was thinking.
a good setup. If they're concerned about stuff, they got places for people to hang out for 2 weeks while they, become confirmed as not being COVID. So
Can we go crash the filming?
I totally want to go crash the filming.
I know that several people in my blog have suggested that me and my wife go and apply again this time, and I have had to beg that off, not because I don't want to, but because that's going on. Just not happening.
One of the things for me is like, and the other rumor. Well, I know this is for sure. They've narrowed it from 8 weeks for competition to 5 because of COVID. I know that.
What?
So it's going to be 5 episodes instead of 8.
Yeah, so they're gonna run that contest in 5. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the first week, I don't think anybody went home the first week, and nobody went home the second to last week. So that's 6 episodes.
yeah, they can do a double elimination kind of thing, or they'll do that.
But you know what? Like after we had Tyler on here and he was telling us about all this stuff, I'm like, this is kind of a young man's game. I feel like 6 weeks, it would kick the living snot out of me. Like I don't know if I'd make it to like day 6. Get the old man a cot for the studio, for filming, not after filming.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gil. But my goal would be just to be on 1 week. That'd be it for me.
I'm trying to get sent home
Just
first.
get me on and push me out the door. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I don't build well with pressure anyway, because that usually shuts my creativity off. You know what I'm saying? I guess. I don't know. But I don't think honestly, I don't think I got the guts to do it. I'll be honest, just straight up. I got the rear end to show America, apparently, but I don't have the guts to do it.
I mean, you've got to be someone, Lego skills aside, you need to be someone who's going to enjoy being on TV, and you need to be someone who people are going to enjoy watching on TV. And I mean, I can build Lego, but I don't know that I.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that. I am that guy, but I can't build for crap. So whatever. Here I am, right here. I'll be on this.
Well, I've been on TV several times, and Magnus knows that the drama that my wife and I put together would produce would be exciting television. But it's just not happening this year.
So can people? Sorry.
Rick Smith,
No,
this is a asshole that you got kicked off.
Huh?
I'm going with Big Mug Nation this week.
There he is. He's the one that made that.
He is.
He drew it.
Since Hingle gave us a segue, I got a segue for really this is for Meredith, Magnus, maybe a little Brick Smith, maybe a little Rich. I don't know how I can say it, but so this is why my screen name is called Troubles Brewing.
Oh.
So Dana, when do I get it? When do I get some?
I will get you a little. I will bring you a little swing top of some mummy pale ale, or Are You My Mummy pale ale is what this is. Because
Are you my mummy?
Are you my mummy?
Are you my mummy?
Oh, wait. By the way, since Hinkle is here, cheers, Hinkle.
Yeah. Oh, brutal. No, we can't stand it, Chris.
There you go.
Him.
Woo, that tastes good.
All right. So,
All right. Back to Lego Master.
So anyway, so anybody, Meredith, or anybody, have you heard anything else about the show and production that you want to share?
Well, this is just my speculathon.
Speculation.
People who've watched LEGOMasters Australia season 1, almost every challenge showed up in America season 1, or America. Season 2, Australia had completely different challenges. Just saying, not saying, life is easy, but hey, they already have a recipe for challenges, but who knows? They could come up with all new challenges. I really love the challenges in season 2 of LEGOMasters Australia. A lot of cool stuff they did. A lot of cool stuff that I don't think I could have built off of. They made them build off of 1 brick.
Oh, really?
What do you mean build off of 1 brick?
On a string.
I gotta go look at this.
It is epic, the things that people build on there. Epic. Like, mine would just be like collapsing on its own weight. They had one Technic brick strung up on a string.
Now, would you say from Lego Australia, Brickmaster Australia, was there more drama characters on the show, or was it more?
If there was more drama, it was drama between the people building to get the teammates. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, these more people there were a few people in season 1 of the US version that you were like, really? I can't really see them going even potentially all the way. They were kind of there because they seemed entertaining.
Can you say Sarah?
I didn't say anybody. I didn't say nobody. I said nobody. I mean, they were all Lego fans, hands down. But it's a question of whether they had the. I mean, I personally don't think I have the building skills to do some of the big builds that got done on that show. It's just intimidating from my perspective. Maybe it's just not having the bricks available to me to experiment with certain things that some of the people on there have had a chance to do because they've got access to more bricks. But there was some of the stuff on there I'm like, I don't think I would have done any better than the people who went home.
well, Dana, when things are almost set up in Pennsylvania, you have an open invitation to come and try to build something huge and see how you do. I'll let it sit there on display for at least 6 months, and I'll credit you with it.
So to follow up on Dana, that one contest where they had to build like a tower building and put stuff in rooms, the people who got sent home, I was like, yeah, that's probably what mine would have looked like.
Well, building skill, we often tend to think of building skill in terms of like figuring out how to put certain parts together to achieve certain shapes or whatever. But like, I think a lot of it is just building vision. Like, I'll see things that people build and the techniques may not be that remarkable, or it's just like it's occurred to them to build something that it would never occur to me to even try. So I think it's also about like what even occurs to you to do.
Right. Yeah. Just like imagination. Because a lot of people build practically.
I think that if you collect all the themes, or as many themes as you can, and you build them and you try to improve whatever the model is that Lego's made, either with your own bricks or a duplicate of the set, that it gives you that vision to do something else, and that you get that vision of doing other things. Like when I put the Forbidden Island 2 sets together that I had from a lot, I knew it was 2 of them. I thought, well, let me go get myself a hole so that I could put a hole in between the 2 Forbidden Island sets so that I could have a shelter that makes sense from a shipwreck. turn it upside down. Who turns a boat hull upside down? Only if it's shelter for your minifigs.
Or a sail
Pumps in
barge
there.
or a sail barge on Tatooine. That's also an upside
Yeah,
down.
or sail barge on Tatooine. But, you know, if you collect Star Wars, you know that you can do that.
Yeah. I got to agree with you, Rich, that I think that the more sets you build, the better skills that you gain, because you really are tapping into the guys who do it for a living, and that finding out how they built something definitely gives me ideas to build things. And it always blows my mind that when I go back and I build like an older set, like the first time I built a few of the classic space, not classic space, but like Blacktron 2 and Unitron sets, and they were using build techniques. I was like, I would have never thought about that in that time frame. And even today, I'm like, oh wow, I could use that for something I'm building today. So I definitely got to say that the more you build official sets, the better builder you become. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it's not just space or pirates or castle or
it's the whole game.
Yeah,
it's the whole game.
Shima, or Star Wars. It's everything.
Yeah. I will say this. I'm echoing somewhere. If I put the same bricks together that Tyler put together, for some reason his looked 600 times better. If I built the exact same thing, the guy, his magic when he puts the bricks together, it always has. He has a rhythm to the Lego that I don't have. He has an artistic
I will
vision
give you
that I have.
that. If you put me in a room with Tyler and you gave us the same bricks, something different would come out, and his would probably be better. And I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Oh, my kiddo is in the chat. What's up, dude? Oh, Cafe Cece is here. How you doing? Good to have you here. But yeah, it's good to have a good pack of techniques that you have. I constantly am going, oh, how does that snot work? I can't remember, and I have to go look it up. I can't remember. But some of those guys have that in their DNA and those skills built up. So I hope somebody in the chat or in here is applying for it and does it. It would be great to see a friend. I hope some of our friends from our lug make it into it. But it is going to be a shortened season. It's going to be a little bit different. So what was that? That is true.
Yes,
actually, it just have the greasy fingerprint from where I was at Waffle House on the side of the mock because I didn't, wash my hands.
And a smear of ketchup, right?
No, you don't put ketchup on anything at Waffle House. Come on. Except a burger. All right. So, all right. So great. Glad to have you guys in the chat. Let's go ahead and let's move on to our topic tonight. Things we're thankful for in the Lego community. There it is. Look there. There it is. Put it back over there, Rick Smith. So there you go. That's so like Star Trek Next Generation Warp Core looking. I love
dig it. I respect this.
That's mad respect right there. So yeah, Geordie LaForge could be around that piece and it would look just right. So yeah. All right, so let's talk about things we're thankful for, and we're headed into American Thanksgiving. Gil has already had his, so he's not thankful for anything, I guess. But maybe you want to tell some things you're thankful for in the community that the community's done for you, or some things that Lego's done for you, or just what.
Can I go on a limb and this may be controversial?
Oh, sure.
Oh, please.
So, as much as COVID has really stunk this year, I would have never had the ability to get a Comic-Con set if it was
well, that's true.
I will.
As much as that sucks, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I will say I got to agree with that, because the sheer fact that I've gotten all 3 of the Comic-Con sets that would not have happened if it weren't for COVID. Not a chance. Not a chance.
Yeah, that's true. So that's made it more available to at least most of us for 3 hours when they've been released on the day of release on the internet. Yeah, but no, you're right. And you're able to get it without paying $500, $600 for it if you really wanted it. So yeah, that's a great
Just throw it out there. I'm thankful for the opportunity to get it. To have something cool. Because sure as heck ain't paying $500.
Right.
Nope, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I know a guy who's a huge, and we gotta get James on here because he I think he would be great on the show with us. He has literally, I think, almost every minifigure that there is, and that includes all the exclusive San Diego Comic-Con ones. And he has traded with industry people, with people within the company, with big collectors, just to get all those.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he is super happy that he was able to get the Wonder Woman set and the Black Widow set for retail price because, you know, he doesn't go to Comic-Con, but he's always had to trade, you know, big dollar things to get those sets every year. So anyway, I'm beating a dead horse. Yeah.
No, that's cool. So, that's a great thing to be thankful for because we have that opportunity. Yeah. That they went direct to consumer with that. Now, of course, Lego's like, we got to get these out of our warehouse, so throw them online, but that's fine. And they made money off that, fine. But sure, that's awesome. That's good. I'll say that we wouldn't be doing this and wouldn't be doing our weekend chats and stuff. It hadn't have been for all the stuff that's been going on.
That's still mine, Chris. Thanks.
Oh, sorry. What was yours, Bricksmith?
Mine was, I'm thankful that you guys got forced on the internet to hang out, and you guys got to hang out with me. And I don't mean like that in a sarcastic way. I mean that in the sense of, I'm really glad you guys are here.
Aww.
Oh.
I'm gonna say aw.
Oh, Rob Blubbery now. Oh, no, that's cool. Yeah, and probably wouldn't have paid as much attention to the online community, the YouTube community for sure. If it hadn't been for COVID, that's awesome. Made away light of a bad situation. What are you? Do you have an empty bucket, Bricksmith?
What's he doing there?
Looks like old gray brick at the bottom of it.
Are you throwing that away? I hope not.
Right into the trash.
Oh.
I'm starting on the big sort for brick jams over here, and the bottom of that bucket had black on one side and light blue, old gray on the other.
Wait, I see a Neptune Discovery Lab raised base plate in the background there.
Yes, sir. You sure do. Right there, 6195.
I need it.
It's the only one in there.
So, nah, they're like $10-15. They're not much, but I just want that set.
Brick Jam's probably got 8 or 10 of those. Never mind.
Anyways, had to point it out.
Yeah, we did. Mr. Hinkle points out, thankful that Frequency Force could get out active on YouTube and bring legends out of the woodwork, like all of you in this room are legends.
Get me off the big. Thank you. Jeez.
All right. Anybody else want to talk about something Lego community related that you're thankful for? Oh, Matthew, I see your hand. Okay, here's your screen.
Hey, teacher. Hey, teacher. I just want to say I'm really thankful for these chats, both the informal ones that we have on Saturday. At our house, we've been very strict about staying home, and it has kept me from going stir crazy and killing my spouse, which would be bad because that's a crime. You know, it's bad if you murder your spouse while avoiding dying from COVID. I think that's, you know, kind of a bad outcome as well. But,
yeah, they usually pin it on the other spouse,
or the cats.
You know, I don't want to talk about how many you know, true crime shows I've watched where they like try to make it look like they just fell down the stairs, but really wasn't. Really.
Hey, remember this for the trial, everybody.
So, but back to Lego itself for a second. As a despite the fact that I mostly build buildings, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I am thankful for the A-Wing, which has always been one of my favoriteest Star Wars ships that came out. And I'm thankful for the Cantina, which is also one of my favoriteest scenes in the Star Wars movie. So it was a double A massive Lego set year for me personally. And some years Lego has made Star Wars fans extremely happy, and some years not so much. But this year they made this Star Wars fan very happy.
I'm thankful Matt builds buildings. Thank you, Matt.
So Matt, you're saying you don't need another land speeder?
I don't need another land speeder.
Sadly, I bought the new land speeder.
Another land speeder.
I need a UCS land speeder though.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Life-size one.
I can eat.
So I'm grateful for this as well. This has been wonderful. This is also not the only online Lego thing I've been doing during Corona. My log.
What? You cheating on us?
Our log has been, as Rich knows very well. We usually do like a monthly meeting in person at the library, and then we maybe do a show, or not. But we've been doing monthly meetings on Zoom. But we've also been having these weekly informal meetings as well. So we have the opportunity to interact more often than we normally would, even if it's through a computer screen. And it's also, DC's a big, not a huge town by American standards, but it's a big city. And if you live on the north side of the city and the meetings on the south side of the city in some suburb, like not everyone has time to make that drive. But with these online meetings, people can join in for a little while and leave when they need to. And I think it's made club activities more accessible to people who otherwise wouldn't have been able to. And there are guys who I usually hang out with at Brick Fair. We hang out, in addition to you all, the military building community at Brick Fair. And some of us have started having Zoom calls, once a month or so. And so we get to sort of hang out more often as well in our own way.
Awesome.
Cool.
So it makes me wonder about how many other, how many places around the internet is this happening among the Lego community, and how will that, how many of us will want to continue doing this kind of thing, back when we can go back to seeing each other in person.
Right.
Well, I know from our log's perspective, because we normally would meet in person every other month. So what we'll do instead of getting rid of the Zoom meetings when we can meet in person, is that we'll do every other month is a Zoom meeting and every other month is an in-person meeting. So we're going to keep that rolling.
Yeah.
But I ain't got to come up there, but every other month. I like that idea.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll have to do it. Listen, but I'm gonna do it every month.
What's been really nice is that the guys who usually come from out of state get to do Zoom meetings with us. So we got a couple of people that are in New Jersey and somebody that's in Pennsylvania that actually comes and joins our Zoom meetings. So that's really nice that they're able to do that fairly often. The one thing that I'm really thankful for is that I get to actually interact like at conventions with other builders that help me kind of realize how to up my game, how to build bigger and better. Not
You're
necessarily
welcome.
larger,
Anytime.
but in a better way. Yeah, anytime. Thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is really encouraging. This is we got a bad situation going on here, but everybody's finding good in it. That's really awesome. So
and that's what it means to be an American. Wait,
what?
Wait, what?
Well, actually, one thing too I'd probably like to add is that sort of beyond COVID and all that kind of stuff, is that generally I have to be thankful for like the entire sort of like adult Lego phenomenon, right? Because I know that Chris and I have like talked about this before, that as much as Lego was a part of our growing up and like a very positive part and all that stuff, even through the troubles of childhood, it was always kind of there as a cushion, right?
Yep.
And then when adulthood rolls around and some, the really crappy parts of adulthood, in Chris's case, we were talking about, his mom passed away. In my case, my dad passed away a couple years after that. Like it was, I don't want to say it was a crutch because it sounds like it's a bad thing. No. But again, it was like a cushion, right? And I got back into it just at that time because, kind of in some ways your whole world is sort of starting to crumble a bit. And it's something good to fall back into again. But then what really made it awesome is that afterwards, when I started meeting everyone in that, all the community around it, it made all those times so much easier to get through, because you had people who were into the same things that they were there for the fun times, but you got to know them well enough that they were there to support you in the hard times. So that's, and that's my thankful thing is that, you know, I've told my wife before, I said, these guys that I met 20 years ago through this, I literally talked to at least one of them every single day for the last 20 years during the work week, right? And sometimes on the weekends and stuff, but like every day.
Wait,
Like,
you guys
like,
talk to each other outside of the internet?
Yeah, yeah, Gil, we wanted to just go ahead and say right now we're sick of you. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, you know, and that's what I mean. The fact that they haven't found the off button yet is a blessing. You know, maybe they're not that smart. Maybe they're just guys who are lonely and talk to their cats. I don't know. Sorry, Dana. I know you have cats. But yeah, but I mean, that's the thing, though, is that this whole thing, you know, it's gone beyond that, you know, and we've always said, you know, it's community, it's community. It's community for the good times, it's community for the bad times.
Yeah.
The last few months, I've reconnected with guys that I haven't talked to in years. I mean, even, you know, we were able to get the like Ark of the Covenant cracked open, and we pulled John Palmer out of there. I mean, that's probably the most.
Yeah, that was amazing.
We managed to track him down, but
yeah.
And nobody's face melted off.
He looked like Robin Williams coming out of Jumanji. What year is it? Yeah.
That's actually too accurate.
But yeah, I mean, in the Bricks and Beer Discord, you know, a bunch of the guys I talked to on there, some of those guys I haven't talked to in 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's been really fun. It's been nice to reconnect with a lot of people, and even outside of Lego, a couple of my college buddies pulled together. 3 of my college buddies, and one of them roped in his wife and son. We're playing a D&D game probably once a month.
Nice.
Just casual, just real casual, friendly D&D game where it's not like nobody's rules lawyering. It's just fun, you know, and we joke around and have a great time. And you know, there's been a lot of positive stuff that's come out of it.
That's good.
Yep, good deal. Who else? Anybody else?
I was going to piggyback off of what Gil was saying there. I had a pretty similar experience where in the end of 2016, I joined like this, there was a Facebook like meme page around Lego Star Wars. And like, you know, it was just memes, just joking around. And then I joined like a group that the guy for that had made. And it ended up being like a bunch of, you know, 18, 25-year-old people that grew up with that game. And so we started, you know, joking around. And then we kind of a couple months in, we're all like, you know, we actually all really do like Lego, and it became this like weird like meme, but like serious Lego community around like these young adults that like I had never had that kind of community like transitioning into adulthood of people who are like, you know, we can get over the stigma. We all like Lego a lot, and so like I started moderating that group, and in 2017 my mom passed away, and like I had made some really good lifelong friends in that group, and just like was able to share life with those guys. And so, you know, still like you were saying, I still talk to those guys every single day, and I've known them for, you know, coming up on 4 years now. And that's like, I imagine that those will be friendships that I carry with me, you know, 20 plus years from now. And that's just cool to see that like, you know, the internet and common hobbies like Legos and memes can like bring us together and create bonds like that. And so it's just cool to see that kind of stuff, just sharing life together.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yep. Anything else?
I gotta get my munchkin to bed, but again, it's always a pleasure, and I'm thankful for all this too. As
Hey,
well.
you know what? We're thankful for you because you're the only girl that'll hang out with us. So
I don't mind being a token woman. It's okay.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
You too.
Have a fantastic Thanksgiving.
All right.
Look at that ugly guy. Thankful for that button to get me off the screen.
We are meeting next Thursday, aren't we?
What's that? No, we are not. Actually, but I meant to mention. I'll mention it to Meredith. We are broadcasting Sunday from 3 to 5 Eastern time for the 72-hour live stream. We joined in on that, so I'll be sending y'all some information info about that. Do what?
Are you talking this coming Sunday or the one after Thanksgiving?
Before this coming weekend.
Oh,
so,
this weekend.
Yeah,
3 days from now.
3 days from now. Yeah.
Can you clarify that? Because I was expecting it the following weekend.
No, yeah, I was going to send everything out about that, but yeah, it's coming up this weekend. And once this show's over, I'm going to throw the graphic up and make the broadcasts and everything. So we'll do that Sunday, and then actually we'll do Messy Monday again Monday. So, but I am grateful for you guys doing this. You guys always love to hang out. We always have a good time. Nathan Proudlove mentioned it. He says it feels like he's in a lug again, and I get that. And like I said, a lot of times this is like just hanging around at Brick Fair and yakking and busting on each other and having a good time. And if we were there, I would sneak and repair all of your hands on your minifigs to make them correct. You weren't there. Anybody else want to talk about something they're thankful for in the community or just in general?
Well, so I don't want to get too mushy.
Go ahead, get mushy. Let's go ahead.
We've all gotten mushy.
I'm gonna get a little mushy. So I got a shout out first to Matthew.
Oh, I thought it was coming to me. Okay.
No, I gotta go to Matthew because it was 2016, maybe 2015. North Point Mall Lego store. I'm walking in. I'm asking about Galaxy Squad sets or something like that, and he's like, "Hey, are you building the sets? Are you building mocks?" And I'm like, "Are you building your own stuff?" And I'm like, "I like to do both." And he's like, "Hey, there's this thing called Dixie Lug. You should look them up." And realistically, it's all Matthew's fault that I'm here today. And on top of that, Matthew, not only did Matthew point me in the direction of the lug, which the first lug I went to, or the first lug meeting I went to, both Chris and Chris and Mark were there, and they pulled out their moon base with the spaceport and the monorail going around it. Yeah, they pulled it out. Excuse me while I whip this out. God, I love Mel Brooks. And that really kindled my, I had to go home and look up how do I make these, and I found John Palmer's stuff online, and I'm like, I can work from this. I can make this bigger and better. And it is just, my wife is probably happy because I'm no longer, I'm not brewing as much. This is a little, it's a nice clean hobby, and I get to meet some great people. If it weren't for, getting back in the hobby, I wouldn't be chatting with Gil about stuff online, with comments, trading with stuff, meeting new people. This is what makes my day. This is what makes my week. I mean, I'm a part of a lug. I get to do a thing, but this is cool. This is fun. I'm no longer the guy walking through the Lego aisle who's 40 plus years old, feeling it awkward. I know there are other awkwards out there just as awkward as I am.
Yeah.
Now you're awkward, and we're recording it for posterity. So,
so I have to say that meeting the people that were in my own community initially at the end of '99, early 2000, really gave me hope that there really were people out there who actually enjoyed the hobby besides myself. And then to have them to be courageous enough to want to try to do a convention for the first time ever was really exciting. So, really thankful that we were able to put together something that other people wanted to come to year after year. And that includes Mark and Chris, the first few years that we did Brickfest, to really meet these new people, and then meeting people when I worked at the Lego store, like Magnus coming in, and knowing that he was a builder. I could tell just by the things that he was buying that he was buying stuff with purpose, certain sets with purpose. So you could really tell that when you see somebody doing that, and then for the hobby to explode to the point where it's part of the pop culture. There's movies, there's television shows. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I'm just so grateful for all of it, because I knew that my love of the toy of the. That's really nice, Justin.
Sorry.
It's all right. My love of these bricks and the way that they go together, the things that you could create out of your brain and realized was not just something that I enjoyed, but it was other people as well. And it was really awesome to know that there were my people there.
Yep.
You're my people.
People, man. Well, you know, what was the original like kind of theme phrase for Lugnet? You're not alone. Wasn't that one of the things?
Yes,
you know,
you're not alone.
Yeah, because you know there's other people doing the Lego thing.
That's right. You are not alone. What's really fascinating to me is that our local lug meetings, at before the end of actual meeting with people, typically for the past 3 or 4 years have been 50 plus people, which is really close to in and out. That is the equivalent of the first Brick Fest. We have once a month a Brick Fest locally. Yeah, in one room instead of all over Arlington Library.
I was just typing him. I'm a draw on you, knucklehead.
So that's Mark and I have reminisced. I really miss those days of going to George Mason University, going to Rocklands across the street.
Oh yeah,
and hanging out there doing the original Brick Fest. Those were the salad days, man. It was awesome. But this
were the ribs and onion rings days, my friend.
Do what?
Those were the ribs and onion rings days.
Oh yeah, they were good too, man.
Their onion rings were fantastic.
Yeah, they were.
Rockland still exists.
Yeah. Wait. Gil has doodled something. What has thou doodled?
Doodling.
Spaceman. That's awesome. Sweet.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier this week, Chris. Like, good practicing your stuff, and I'm sure Kevin's all over that too. If you can draw whatever you're trying to draw from backwards or upside down or down below, once you got that nailed, you're home free.
Yeah.
Gil I can't do it.
Colored hands on there.
You jerk. Anyway. I'll go ahead and just talk about what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for you guys hanging out with me every week. And Gil alluded to ups and downs in the community. It was not like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I had the Facebook memories pop up where Sandlin, I think, probably instigated it, and an old friend named Tom and a bunch of other guys like Ryan is usually here all shaved their noggins while I was going through chemo. And I had people of other faiths and other backgrounds and who are my friends because of the Lego support me in that. And I'll never forget that. That was really awesome. But that's what I'm thankful for when it comes to Lego community and the Lego folks that I've hung out with. I've known Mark for 20 plus years and Gil as well. And some of you guys are new friends as well. But I'm thankful that we can find a common spot to laugh and goof around with each other around the brick. And so I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for that support and grateful for that, prayers and thoughts and stuff when I was really down then. And then the encouragement today. Today was I had a long day. We've got a lot of like benevolent stuff we're getting ready and people who you're like, are you snowing me or do you really need something this Christmas? And we're trying to help as many folks as we can. And I cursed Bill Gates' name in Microsoft a lot today because Excel was just being Excel. It took me 2 hours to export a mailer list to labels that it should have taken me 5 minutes. Anyway, that was joyful. And I got home and I was.
Is it the software or is it the user?
It's software. I can kick you out of here right now. But
software, Excel sucks.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so when I got home today, and Jake and I went to, Jake learned a lesson today that you make sure the car is completely stopped before you put it in park. We learned that today.
Good for you, Jake. Was that a costly lesson?
That was outside the school when it went.
Could have been worse.
Right. But I was sitting there going, I sat down, I was tired. I was like, man, we made pizza and I was eating it. And I was like, I set an alarm to make sure I'd get down here on time and everything. And I was like, do I want to do the show today? Am I tired? And I'm like, I am. But then but I want to hang out with my friends because I know they're going to lighten the mood. They're going to make me laugh. They're going to put stupid hands on stupid minifigures in the wrong place. I mean, I know that's coming, right? But it's fun, and I'm thankful for you guys for doing that, and it really means a lot to me. So this community has. So you guys are awesome. All right. Anybody else? Something you want to be thankful? We're all blubbery and everything now. So
yeah, I want to piggyback a little on what a few people have said, but hopefully expand a little. I think we're just really lucky that Lego has become successful and mainstream in the way it has. There are some flip sides to that I found myself a little impatient with some of the new fans or some of the people who are asking questions that I figured everyone would know this by now. But I mean,
being old, man.
But of all the toys you could get, really into as a kid, I mean, there are a lot of those toys that aren't around anymore. Or I mean, I'm part of the G.I. Joe community, and they are struggling a lot with the fact that Hasbro has not been, prioritizing their toy. And the ones who are enjoying it most are the people who are customizers or who are doing like fan fiction or cosplay or some way to be creative themselves. But if you're just sitting around waiting for there to be a, Hasbro to release another thing for you to buy and collect and put on your shelf, this has not been a good time to be, much better off as a Transformers fan, for example, or a Lego fan. Lego is doing so well. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming and hard to keep up with all the stuff they release. But like, the company almost folded for a while. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm grateful there's no more Jack Stone.
My favorite theme.
Some of those 4+ sets are getting close, though. I don't know. There's
those are dumb.
I actually, speaking of that, I broke some of those old pirate ones out. It's so funny to me. There's a pirate figure in there. I wish I had him still. But he's got a beer belly. He's got a very clear jug of rum. And like, what do they do? This is the 4+ line.
And there's some kid going, "Look, my dad!" But
I need to go. I'll find him for next week because it's hilarious.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, we do complain about the brick and Lego and money grubbing and stuff, but you know what? It's pretty much a golden age to get parts. There's not if you want parts, you can get parts. You can go get them used. You can go get them brand new from Lego. You can get them for Bricklink. I mean, do you remember Auxzilla? We did Auxzilla on the swapping the parts and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's come a long way. So yeah, it's almost like I know Lego's making a bunch of money off of it, but I'm not. I'm giving it willingly.
I'll give them my money.
Here.
The only thing I'm sad about is that they changed the gray shades, so I can't go buy those pieces in bulk anymore. I mean, I can.
Who shares our sorrows?
Look at you being all old gray. I love it, man.
Thankfully, like we do have Bricklink. Like I agree, it is easier now than it was then, but still, like those are only going to get more scarce, and I've seen that over the years. Like prices are slowly going up, and they're going to keep going. But I agree, it is great to be able to get bulk Lego for cheap now.
Oh, we got Moto in the chat. Moto, how you doing?
What up, Moto?
Speaking of a Brickmaster, there he is right there.
There. My dog fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm grateful for you. I'm for you folks who join us in the chat. I'm grateful for you too. I'm really excited about that. So that you guys would join us and let us blather on for an hour, hour and a half, almost 2 hours when we get going. Really good.
That's shut up early.
What?
Nothing.
Hey, Larry, how you doing, man?
Yeah,
Larry.
perfect.
All right. Anybody else want to share something you're thankful for, or anything you're looking forward to when it comes to Thanksgiving this year?
The groceries. I like the groceries.
I'm ready for that.
Actually, yeah, there's probably one thing we all have to be. It's like during this time, man, thankful that, knock wood, we've all been pretty lucky to avoid the nastiness that's out there, so far, right? I hope it continues because, yeah.
Yep. Oh, I'm thankful for Tim Deering. Look at Tim Deering is in the chat. Dr. Terrible is here.
Everything is terrible.
What an old friend. You know what?
So terrible.
Yeah, that is. We've talked about this a couple times. That is a side effect. I haven't talked to Tim in such a long time, and Brom. It's been, 14 years probably since we interacted in any way and everything. So there is good, and there's all this bad, and I think that's one of the things that makes being thankful. Yes, Brick. Are we thankful that Lego brought Bricklink? I don't think so, but
do you know what's pretty hilarious? Just to sort of go back to Tim there. Is that I was just thinking, and for those of you in the studio audience that know, Tim is a Canadian as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he. I often thought if you were to somehow put together some kind of bot that would comb through all of the posts in the Lego community associated with Tim since about 2001 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think you'd probably fill maybe the back of a mouthwash bottle. Like it's like he's master of like the one word response. Like you can have someone go on and on and on and on, and Tim just comes out with like, "No, you." Like that was his classic response to everything. It's like Tim, why don't you do this, man? You do this, you do this, do this. No, you. And like that was it. But it's kind of hilarious that like when you look back, everyone sort of knew Tim from back in the day and the boards, and the builds.
Back in the day.
But yeah, you gotta pour it out, man, all over.
I can't get it on my floor with mold.
Pour it on the Lego.
But yeah, I always thought that would be hilarious to do some sort of research on that.
Right. Yeah, actually, we should have like a couple 1x1s. You pour it out on your table, then you. Oh me. All right. Well, we're at an hour and a half, so we'll start winding her down today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, a lot of folks chatting in the side chat there. So we're grateful for that. Yes, it does sound like you, Jeff. That is exactly you. So.
Yeah,
great.
Him and Steve are just like punctuation back and forth, and that's it.
Right. By the way, I've been building to handle my emotions today. I've been building my Space Santa today.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Where's your robo reindeer?
He's going to be in the front here, so I'll get that going. It's to add to my my holiday thing that I've got to get photoed by 12 o'clock tonight.
Oh yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I want to see it on Instagram. I want to like it on Instagram. Hurry up.
I'll get it. So for those of you who are in Dixie Lug, you have your contest materials to Dana, ambassador at Dixie Lug, whatever it is.
Wait, can I just Instagram it to you or what? Where do I gotta go?
Ambassador at dixielug.club.
No. Can someone text that to me?
To you.
Hell? Right over my head.
Just replay the YouTube.
We will
Can
get
you make a
you.
video explaining what you want us to do?
Somebody
Just replay the YouTube thing and just start it from the beginning every time you miss it.
Somebody help Rick Smith. It'll be. All right. Hey, we're going to head on out. So make sure you tune in Sunday to this channel. 72-hour live stream we're going to be going on. You can find information about that. You can search that on the YouTubes. I know Mr. Hinkle usually kicks some of that off, and he keeps a list as well. Butt Chop does. There's a bunch of folks who do that, but I'll have a link with links to everybody else. So starting Thursday, well, is it tonight they're starting or tomorrow? Tomorrow, sometime there'll be 72-hour live streams, and they'll just be streams connected to each other. And ours will be from 3 to 5 on Sunday. And so join us, and I'll be inviting you guys in. And we will then do a quick Messy Monday on Monday before the real Thanksgiving holiday. And not like that, pre-candy one that those Canadians have. But I am grateful for y'all. Be creative, be nice, be kind to your neighbors, and wear a mask for crying out loud. All right. We'll talk to you later. Everybody have a good night. See y'all later.
Bye.
Enjoy your